Good morning. My name is Rachel, and I am the Thrifty Crocheter. And I hope all of you are having a good day. This morning it was raining and it was a little bit cooler. The sun is trying to peek through the clouds right now, but it's supposed to make the rain is supposed to make everything hot and humid later. So not a real big fan of hot and humid. Not in the least. Today is Tuesday, August the 19th. I like this one. This one's really pretty. Almost flowery in the center, kind of. That one's really neat. 365 days of kindness. Belonging. This is how we know that we belong to the truth and how we set our hearts at rest in His presence. 1 John 3:19. In a world competing for truths and voices telling you to own your truth, what can be left to say of knowing anything for certain? Truth has the assumption that there is a right belief beyond all subjectivity and experience. While everything that we experience is a level of truth, there is a greater truth that our lives and existence that can only be found in Jesus. The truth is, you belong. In a world where we desperately try to find our place, fit in with certain groups, or share common ground, we can often feel isolated. God's truth is that you are part of His family and nothing is going to change that. As you dwell on the reality of your belonging, let your heart find the divine presence of the living God and rest in it. Act of kindness. Do a chore for someone in your household. Speaking from a parent's point of view, I think we already do that for our kids until the time that they can start doing their own chores. I mean, seriously. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to behave now. Daily guideposts for grandmothers. August 19th. Call unto me, and I will answer thee, and show thee great and mighty things which thou knowest not. Jeremiah 33:3. Mr. May was a short, jolly little man who had a used furniture shop in our town. He told me once of a day in summer when the sky turned black as patent leather as a storm boomed up in the southwest. The bottom of the cloud seemed to squeeze together and the top spread out until it looked like a great cobra weaving toward him. Oh my. It sounded like 100 jets taking off, he said, his brown eyes narrowing. I didn't have a cellar to run to. I just sat in my little house and talked pretty earnest to the Lord, I said. God help me. I know you can do it. About that time, the funnel just sucked up my house and took off with it, twirling it like a top. It carried us for 1/8 of a mile and put us down. The walls of the house all fell flat. I walked out. Didn't have a scratch. Oh, wow. Wow, he was inside the house when the funnel picked it up, twirled it around, sat down on the ground hard, walls fall over, and the man still walked out without a scratch. That's amazing. The Lord was certainly with you, I marveled. If he was gone some, Mr. May reflected. Like Mr. May, I often cry out for God's instant attention. I may have been busy, happy, forgetting God for hours at a time. Then, suddenly, an urgent phone call, an impending head-on collision, a child's scream, a doctor's report, and I call, God help! No apologies for neglecting him, no praise for his past goodness, no thanks for his loving me, for being there, listening. I just call, remembering his assurance when Abraham questioned his power and he answered, Is there anything too hard for me? Jeremiah 32:27. May everything that has breath praise you, God, for your love and mercy. Zona B. Davis. That was just wow. I mean, I can't fathom, first of all, having a tornado come rip through your town, but to also have you be in your own home when it happens, and it picking you up and twirling you around as you're inside the house, or if you're able to get into a basement, because mine's on a slab. I mean, I have a 2-story house, but I don't have a basement, so it sits on a slab. And going into your basement, and when you're done with the whole thing, your house is gone, but you were safe in the. I mean, there are just so many things that can happen when there's a tornado, and for you to just still be alive, you can go through the rubbish and see what you can find that's still left, but still have your life. That's still amazing. The illustrated words of Jesus for women. October the 19th. Do you believe? Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. Mark 11:24. When you pray, do you really believe that God hears you and that He will answer? Prayer is such a privilege. It's your opportunity to tell God what's on your heart, what you are worried about, what you are hoping for, what you need. Of course, it is important to pray in God's will, which you can know by reading His Word and obeying Him. Then, the things you pray for will be in line with His will. It's wonderful that Jesus will hear your prayers and will answer them. And then I added, God always hears our prayers, but we need to be patient with His timing of answer and the way He answers our prayers. I just talked about this the other day when one of the other ones, one of our other devotions was kind of hinting on that. And because we have to remember, He does hear our prayers, but you kind of got to wait on His timing, and sometimes He gives the answer that you want, and sometimes He gives you a different answer. And we have to be okay with it. As humans, we're usually not, but we have to be okay with it. But He does hear us. Even if we're not praying, He still hears us. He hears us when we're talking with everybody, and He sees the way that we act and react. He sees everything. He hears everything. And He knows everybody individually. And that's consider every single person that's on this planet. That's a lot of people to know, to know personally. And He knows every single person on this planet personally. Now that's pretty amazing. This small swatch of yarn has been woven with prayers. As you hold this swatch in your hand, may you feel God's strength, love, and peace flow, and know that He holds you in His hands. May God bless and comfort you in your time of need and give you peace. Amen. Love y'all. Bye.